Hello there. Be welcome to today's MDJ, my daily journal that it's not at all daily. I want to talk for some minutes with you guys and talk about my new language. Yes, I've started another language. So, which language is that? And it's Latin. Yes, I've started to learn Latin. As you guys probably know, I do study English. English is not my native language, so I study it. Um, I was studying English right now, actually, and this is a practice of my speaking. I also do study French daily, 30 minutes daily of French. And the language that I'm starting right now is Latin. I want to talk first how I'm doing the study of Latin and some plans that I have. So I'm using some strategies to learn Latin. Um, I'm I'm trying to develop some contact with Latin. I want to start slowly and then increase my pace. Because you see, I've talked about this here before, that I do not think I will be learning a lot of languages. I think I will still be using um, some field languages and study them properly. So I want to be a specialist on a field languages rather than a knowledgeable person in many. Um, I think that four, actually, yeah, five other languages that I want to have some degree of true proficiency in it. Those five languages are Portuguese, English, French, Latin, and ancient Greek. Portuguese is my native language. I'm Brazilian. English is my second language. I'm already reasonably proficient, sorry, in it. And French as well is a language that I'm studying right now. I'm starting to understand, and I'm slowly starting to be able to write and to talk a tiny bit. My French speaking is very bad too, but I'm be able to listen and understand increasingly hard content. And Latin is the fourth language. I want to learn Latin for so many reasons, but I love the Latin language. I really do. I'm Catholic, and I love how Latin is the language of the church. I also do love the classical literature and the classical thinkers that wrote in Latin and that have used this language to produce beautiful texts and beautiful literature, and that's why mainly I want to learn those languages. Yeah, and ancient Greek is of these five languages the one that I do want to learn um, less proficiently, because I do not want necessarily to be conversationally fluent in ancient Greek. I want to be able to talk in ancient Greek, but not necessarily that great, because my main goal is to be able to read. So those are the five languages that I want to have some degree of true proficiency. And maybe I will, have fun with um, some other language here and there. But those five are the ones that I want to get to a level of proficiency quite high. Portuguese is my native, and I want to increase it, my level. English is a language that I will need to be very good in it, because I want to move abroad and to live in a country that I will be speaking English constantly. So I want to have more contact with the English language and to be able. I want to become C2 native like. Basically, I want to have all uh, to be extremely proficient in English. For my French, I want to be quite proficient as well, not necessarily as English. And my Latin, I want to be very proficient in Latin. I want to be able, at least to be C1 in Latin, to be able to talk, or let's say I want to have the level that I have now in English with in Latin. If I reach the level that I have already in English, I will be very, very happy. Although I want to always get better, but when I reach this level, I will be very, very happy and very amused because I will be able to um, read literature and other things like poetry, modern poetry, I mean, and talk with people. And although, Latin speakers are not very common, they are there and they exist. So I will be happy to partake in this community. For ancient Greek, as I said, I want to have a reasonable level of proficiency. Mas I well, I've just used Portuguese word. Anyways, but I do not want to um be extremely proficient in ancient Greek because I think I will not have the will nor the time to do so. Um, thus, I want to have I don't know. I think I want to have B2 speaking abilities, maybe even B1 speak abilities. Um, but reading, I want to be more proficient. And the other languages as well. But getting back into Latin, how am I studying Latin? Well, there are so many methods that you could use to study Latin. I do not want to start studying grammar, so I'm using a different approach. I'm using a more natural approach than anything. I'm using an app that is called Legentibus, which is basically an app in Latin, like they have content in Latin and they use some content to teach you Latin through input based method. I'm using they have like the audiobook alongside the book itself, like in the screen you can see the text and you can hear the audio as well. So what I'm doing is like I take the text. Firstly, I try to just hear, try to internalize the sounds at the same time that I'm trying to understand, trying to figure out the text. And I'm reading and listen at the same time. That's good because I'm learning to how to read and I'm doing that. Then when I finish, I go back again and this time I try to understand more. At the same time, I try to do shadowing. So the guy is talking. Let's say he's I'm reading a book by Daniel Peterson. I do not know his name actually. You Yeah, I think it's Daniel Peterson how he's called, and he wrote a book. And it's like Auda Puella Est, Auda in Germania Est, very similar to Familia Romana per se illustrata, and it's like I'm listen to the audio and then I try to repeat after it. I do this sometimes, and then when I finish, I go there and try to talk along the guy. I try to repeat it along with him and do like a proper shadowing, following when he speaks to study reading, speaking, listening all at the same time. Because I'm not devoting too much time to Latin. I'm having 15 minutes per day, which is not a lot. Then I need to use my time wisely. So I take that and I do this because I can study a lot of things at once, and that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I have this desire of learning Latin for quite a long time now, and I will be using this application until I've reached the level that I can reach with the services. When I've reached this level, I will probably be looking towards um get some books and maybe start to study some grammar, because I do like to study grammar. And yeah, and it's pretty much a good experience, a good experience to have, um, to study grammar. Like, you will be learning a lot more of the language if you study how the language works. Then that's my plan. I've I do not want to start any language by now. I'm sorry because I'm committing some mistakes here and there. My accent's not perfect today, and the stress of the words that I'm saying is quite off sometimes. But that's it. I'm looking towards improve my English, my French, and my Latin. Oh, sorry, my Latin, and then I will, with these three languages, trying to get better in it. For my, I by the way, I've done some um, schedule here to organize my language study and other studies as well. So I'm marking here when I do, like, let's say I've listened to French, so I will write here, and I will keep doing that to keep the record of my progress in those three languages. Those are the languages that I'm learning. They are pretty much all the language that I'll be learning for some really big period. I also have the desire to learn Portuguese more specifically, because Portuguese is my native language, but it's not like I'm learning a new language that I do not know. I already know Portuguese quite well. I'm native, and I just want to increase my proficiency, but I will not consider this as foreign language because it's my native. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm not very present here in the channel nowadays, but I will try to record as much as I can, because I need to talk in English in order to improve. And I'm training the accent here and there. You can realize that I have some specific accents, some specific accent that I'm trying to develop, and I'm trying to say the words as I think they should be said. Oh, so let's finish the video here, and I will see you guys later. Bye.